Okay, today is December 19th, 2025, and the time is 7:26 a.m. and yeah, let's get started with today's video. I'm back to nature runecraft. I found that getting my ideas out there while attempting to aether runecraft just simply did not work very well for me. So yeah, so let's try this. Let's see if this works a little better, and see where it goes, and how it fares in the viewer counts. I mean, not that I'm necessarily doing it for the viewer count, but it'd be nice if people were to be more receptive to my video journals in any way possible. And so yeah, it's certainly a good thing. Something about viewership. I'm not entirely sure what to do in terms of like when it comes to like talking about viewership, but basically learning about all the ins and outs of kind of like is that how you kind of refer to it as? I don't know. The I guess bits and bobs, I guess, of uh of the YouTube analytics thing is kind of it's kind of interesting to me because being on the consumption side of YouTube content for such a long time has led me to not only realizing that there's a bunch of analytics behind every video we watch, but there's also like or rather there's not only only viewership counts and like counts behind every video, but there's also YouTube analytics on every other side of the on the back end um, of every YouTube video. So, oops, maybe I'll just craft these. Get rid of this. Anyways, I there's various numbers like YouTube viewer engagements, or video engagement, I guess. And there's a bunch of other numbers that just kind of go, a bunch of other numbers that go kind of like, um, hmm, uh, that don't go like, that aren't necessarily spoken of for good reason too. And I guess it'd be fine for me to mention this stuff earlier on when um before I start becoming in before I start before if or when I get more views, but that's beside the point though. um I think it's important for me to also consider that talking about these numbers and talking about these video analytics is kind of might be contrary to what most of what I would I guess would be considered to be productive in conversation, in particularly in the YouTube sense. So I guess I'll move on from whatever I was trying to say about YouTube analytics, because it's not necessarily substantive and whatnot. So, anyways, and we'll see. We'll see if I got anything else to talk about. But I'm sure there will be. This will be kind of a more standard video compared to the usual content I've been doing for a while now. So yeah. I got 99 Slayer the other day. Really, absolutely a huge accomplishment for me, at least, because well, not as big as I initially think, because Slayer is such like a fun skill to train. So it's it's actually one of the more enjoyable skills. Actually, probably like that made it what I just how I said it how I said that just made it sound like I think they're like less fun skills to train, and it is true to a degree because many people in this game don't necessarily like training agility, for example, and I don't necessarily particularly necessarily enjoy training smithing. So there there are pros and cons to most skills, but I just I just find a lot of value in training Slayer. So, and I finally um, reached 99 Slayer the other day. So very cool milestone. We'll be looking forward to the rest of the 99s in the near future. I haven't got many left actually. I guess considering that there is sailing for me to max, I guess I will probably be working on that pretty soon. As for other long-term goals, post max, I'm not entirely sure what I'll do post max because the regret from deironing hasn't entirely settled in yet. Yeah, it hasn't really like hit me. I told myself sometime around like maybe like I don't know, like sometime around yesterday, sometime during the day yesterday, that I'll probably wind up like regretting my decision to de-iron, and honestly, like it would probably. I thought to myself yesterday, the other day, heck, like I'll probably wind up like regretting it like in a year from now when by the time most of my friends have caught up in this game or something. But I don't know. I could I could totally see a world in which that would happen. You know, like me, like having found like some sort of regret in like playing a game mode that has become purely superficial in my opinion because of the nature of the high scores, for example. I don't know. Um, it's hard to describe like my deironing experience to like the layman, you know, to the uninitiated perhaps. But it's definitely something to be mindful of when you are playing this game as an Iron Man or as an Iron game as an Iron rather. So yeah, that's definitely something to be mindful of, I suppose, because this is I don't know. I'm curious about how the game will go in the game will be like in the future in the coming like years or something because Jagex has proved to us that kind of like they will they're open to introducing new skills and I'm not entirely sure how long sailing will be the newest skill for, but where is it trying to go with this? Um, yeah, the yeah with the game rapidly changing. Oh, wait, nope. It appears I have 654 XP left at 98. Okay. Anyways, yeah, a bunch of changes introduced recently. Um, and I'm excited to see the direction the game will take in the coming years when it's just very exciting right now to be an OSRS enjoyer at the moment. Very, very enjoyable time for RuneScape. There it is, 98 runecraft, 8 mind runes from each essence. Very cool milestone. Not as cool as 99 though, which will be very soon-ish. Soon-ish, I hope. Appears I have like 21 hours left on Nature Runecraft alone. 98 runecrafts. Very cool. what to talk about actually today. Spent the whole day like grinding yesterday. I wasn't sure what I was doing actually. Here's I was doing a lot of farm runs. Was I sailing yesterday? No, I wasn't sailing yesterday. So I was doing some Slayer. I was doing some fishing. I was doing some birdhouse runs and farm runs. I don't know what it is that I did yesterday. Oh shoot. Wait. It appears my mic needs reconfiguring for some reason. Wait a sec. Oh shoot. I really don't want to restart this video, but my goodness, I don't actually know why my mic isn't really picking up much sound. It's strange. Wait, this might be a good thing actually. Actually, yeah, we'll see how this goes. Anyways, besides that technical mishap, I suppose I should be able to just continuing. It appears my mic quality has drastically improved, which is an absolutely an amazing thing. Although I may be quieter as a result. We'll see how it goes, we'll see how it goes in the post edit. Yeah, my apologies for that. I should really test these things. This is quite embarrassing for me. As for other skills, geez, I'm quite close to 99 thieving. Could try going for that. Using regen pots over at Darkmire. Prayer regen pots over at Darkmire, pickpocketing for blood shards. That sounds like a good idea to me right now. I think blood shards are up in price. They actually seem to be very lucrative at the moment. So we'll see how much a blood shard is. Yeah, blood shard is about 6.5 mil. That could do quite well for me. If I were to thieve a few of those. Yeah, perhaps it would be a good idea. They're already profitable as it is. Prayer regen pots, although, are very, very expensive. Yeah, prayer regeneration potions appear to be about 47k each. Which is not really a joke at all for a simple potion. And although it would make thieving these guys a lot easier. Hey, but I think it's also important to consider that the Forgotten Brews also are attainable for me now, which is also a viable method at a much cheaper price. But I'm not sure if I'd use more Forgotten Brews in the long run. I'll need to consider that as well. As for the rest of these items, skills. Let's see. I'm not entirely sure actually. Fletching is very easy. Prayer should be doable with Varlamore. Yeah, prayer should be doable with what are those, bone fragments? Yeah, bone fragments. Wait, not bone fragments. Surely they're shards. You know what? I'm not really sure, actually. What prayer training method I'm thinking of at the moment. I'll need to look it up. It's either they're not tradable on the GE or I'm getting their name wrong. Yeah, they're called Blessed Bone Shards, which appear to not be tradable. Yeah, they're not tradable. Okay. Anyways, for the prayer training method, yeah, I guess I'll train. Maybe I'll train like more bone shards or something. I think I'll do that. For sure. Gotta mine more bone shards and get tons of wines to bless those bone shards into prayer XP. Probably would want to get the Zealot's outfit down the line as well. That's gonna cost a lot of GPs, I think. And I'm a little privy to spending GP at the moment, but jeez. At least I'll get more ranks in fire making as a result. But in the elite clues, I wouldn't be able to do. Yeah, I need to look up the elite clue step requirements for sailing as well. That'd be an absolute pain in the buttocks. don't know if that's a real saying. I just threw it out there just to reference Scramble. It's a fun quest. Apparently, I haven't done yet. Yeah. So anyways, yeah, it's an absolute pain in the butt. Anyways, let me see. What was I trying to do? I was trying to do something, then I lost my train of thought, like I usually do. Sheesh. I swear, I'm gonna have to start recording these sessions with Audacity or something and listen to the playback every time I lose my train of thought. Jeez, I literally don't know what I was going to look up. Goodness. Maybe it'll come back to me. Maybe it'll come back to me. I'll just stay silent for a minute. Oh, right. Something about burning shade remains or something. Wasn't? Wait, so. I can't remember. Literally, I can't remember. I'm nature runecrafting, and I can't remember what I was talking about. Blessed bone shards, I suppose. Oh, zealots out. Or the zealots outfit. Zealots robes. I was looking up for them. So with the full set, I have a 5% chance to save bone shards or something. The elite clues. Right. The elite clues. Clue scroll elites. I need to find the minimum sailing level in order to complete every elite clue scroll step. It appears sailing there's a 67 level sailing, a non-boostable sailing requirement of 67 required to enter the fin point and to mine a nickel ore for Sherlock. Okay. So 67 is not entirely far off at the moment. It's a little less than 1,000,000 XP total, which should be fairly reasonable with Barracuda trials. And yeah, absolutely absolutely a thing. So yeah, it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be cool getting the 67 sailing once again. I mean, not once again, but like once again. I mean, I guess to reiterate is like 67 sailing is gonna be a nice thing to have. Once I get it, of course. Yeah, 67. It seems to be the absolute minimum for most of these clue scroll stops. Let's check the master clue scroll requirement. Master clue scroll for master. What is the minimum sailing requirement for? It's 81. It's 81 sailing to complete any master clue scroll on an account. It appears to be 81 sailing. Okay, that's totally fair. That's fair though. It's not as bad as like something like a fire making requirement. The fire making requirement for the redwood logs. On an iron, it was even worse because you'd have to have 2 skills in level 90. Ugh, yeah. the days. Suddenly I don't miss playing iron anymore, but these sailing requirements are not iron requirements. They're strictly just like um they're not these requirements are not locked behind any sort of account restriction. So yeah, they are non-exclusive to any it appears they appear to be non-exclusive to any particular game mode. At least what I'm getting with the one I'm getting so far. We'll see. Hard clue requirements for the sailing requirement for a hard clue. Let's see what it is. It is also 61. Wait. 61. Elite clues were 67. So hard clue 67. Hard clue 67. Elite clues 60. No. Hard clue 61. Elite clues 67. And master clues 81. Let's see. The medium clue scroll stop. Probably. Medium clue scroll stop. Let's see. There appears to be a minimum 45 sailing requirement for the medium clues and easy clues. For easy clues, there are no skill requirements for sailing. You just need access to the pandemonium, which is should be simple enough for this pandemonium quest. Okay. What else? Let's see. I was looking at the bludgeon the other day because I did get an araxxor task, or an araxxor task. The bludgeon seems to be hovering at a very, very high price at the moment. I do not want to pay 16, nearly 17 mil for a bludgeon on a flip that I'll likely lose on. So, I'm not sure. We'll see how it goes though. Geez, like 16.7 mil for a bludgeon. That just does not sound reasonable to me. I would love to have a bludgeon myself, but I think with the average amount of kills for to receive a bludgeon from the sire would be 619, and I'm just not prepared to do that grind at the moment. Obviously, because I haven't been getting many Slayer tasks for Abyssal Demons, so whenever I do get Abyssal Demons, I'd rather just go for the little guys, the actual Abyssal Demons, not the Abyssal Sire. Let's see, the strategy guide here. I'm sure it's still like the boss. This Sire has become a lot more streamlined ever since the changes, and I can see myself enjoying actually like doing more Sire. Sire actually just sounds very fun to me. Just like in general, but it's just whenever I get an Abyssal Demons task, I'm silly about it and like go to like regular go to like regular Abyssal Demons instead of the actual Sire. So I'm not entirely sure what to do. I mean, I know what to do now when I get a Sire, when I get an Abyssal Demons task to actually do Sire, but for now, I think it'd be wise for me to get another synapse for to get the scorching bow, and probably just run mohka. Actually, I think mohka would be the answer. Excuse me for that. That's quite loud. Tormented synapse is very reasonable in price right now. Yeah, I could definitely go for 2 more synapses, and definitely be worth my while if I were to invest in some synapses at the moment. I already have it green logged. I already have TDs green logged, so it wouldn't be too much of a problem. What would be a problem would probably be my gear setup. I do not have any particularly good gear. Actually, I don't need Missouri. Yeah, I don't need. I don't think I'm gonna need Missouri and Doom. I think Mohka or Doom or Mohka rather than Doom. Mohka could probably warrant the use of some void range armor and stuff. Definitely do that. I'm sure it would. Anyways, let me see. Doom of Mohka. Special attack weapons, equipment. Yeah, it appears the best in slots for Mohka would be actually the not only the T-bow but also Elite Void with his Scorching Bow. Yeah, that's quite cool. That's quite cool that the Void actually has a use this late into the game. Very, very cool. Fortunately, I do not have the Zerite crossbow, so I may have to opt for the toxic blowpipe or something. Or the dragon knife, I'm guessing. Fortunately, I do not have Dianza's quiver. Dizana's quiver. Why do I think it's called Dianza? Like Diango. Isn't Diango? Anyway, Dizana's quiver. I do not have either. A bunch of grinds that I need to do. I probably can't do at all for a while, realistically, because of Hawaii ping. Anyways, I could still probably pull it off. I just need a lot of practice. I've been on Hawaii ping for years now, so shouldn't be too much of a problem for me to adjust to. But it appears I need the Slayer staff. I indeed need the Slayer staff. Enhanced, enchanted Slayer staff. As for other gear, let's see. Yeah, Mohka sounds very exciting to me. I don't know what it is about Mohka at the moment, but the synapses are very low in price right now, and its drops, Mohka's drops, just seem to be very appealing to me at the moment. Anyways, let me see. Oh my goodness, they use a ton of dragon arrows. Also need probably a bunch of amethyst arrows as well, so learners would be immensely steep for terms of like learning how to nonsense now. So maybe it's best for me to just like stick with like safer activities, I suppose. I'm seriously leaning on like safer activities until I have a wider safety net for GP. Because at the moment I will kind of, I don't know, I wanted to initially start with like skilling as my primary source of GP, but I don't know, with alternatives being so much more profitable. Suppose there could be other methods I could go try for. I've yet to try next. Piers, yeah, definitely like have never tried next before. Anyways, equipment. Oops. Okay. Ooh, that's a lot of radius markers. I'm looking at the radius markers for Doom or Mohka, and yeah, that's a lot of freaking radius markers. I guess I'll have to use this when it comes to actually grind Mohka if I so choose to do so. the melee punish phase appears for during Mohka. So at some point during the Mohka fight, there appears to be a melee punish.
Okay, about 4 more K to go.
This recording has been going on for about 52 minutes so far. Don't mind me, I'm just installing a plugin for to track my progress here. Sorry for that notification, it must have been very intrusive. Anyways, one last trip and I should be done. Heck yeah, let's go. This is good. I like it. I like it. There we go. 50k done. Okay. Anyways, that is it for today's video. It is 56 56 minutes in, and the date is still December 19th. The time is 8:22 a.m. HST. And yeah, I think everyone have a great rest of your day if you made it this far. And I will probably like play with my guinea pigs or something. All right. See ya.